Welcome and thank you for watching the second episode of our In the Picture video series. My name is Lisa Smit and I'm taking you on a grand tour of our exhibition that is all about the artist's portrait. Today, I'm going to talk about image and identity. Portraits often tell you more than you might think at first sight. And an artist portrait has a particular appeal because they give you the sense of getting to know the artist a little better. But you should never forget that many artists think long and hard about how they want to present themselves to their public. An artist's portrait actually offers a great opportunity to shape your image and identity. This was no different in the 19th century than it is today. If you make a self-portrait, which nowadays usually takes on the form of a selfie taken on your cell phone, do you just take out your phone and take a quick snapshot? I think many of us would check if their hair is looking okay and if there's nothing embarrassing in the background. And it's no different for the artists that are part of this In the Picture exhibition. One artist, however, who was not so much concerned with shaping a certain public profile was Vincent van Gogh. There are, however, a few exceptions, such as this one, the self-portrait as painter. And the title says it all, because this painting is a clear statement of Vincent van Gogh as a modern artist. Vincent van Gogh painted it at the end of his 2-year stay in Paris, where he was introduced to many new artistic developments. He's using vibrant and pure, almost unmixed colors in a new painting style. And it's really a statement about his modern artistic identity of the time. Self-portrait as painter is in keeping with what was happening in the 19th century, when it became more and more important to be authentic and original, and a lot of attention was paid to the role and status of the artist. Several dominant artist types emerged, including the society painter, the creative genius, and the outcast bohemian. And I'm now going to introduce you to a few of these artist types. First of all, we have Paul Cézanne, painted by Camille Pissarro. Pissarro has depicted his friend Cézanne as a free-minded spirit. He's a bit rough-looking, and he alludes to the bohemian artist type. A type of artist who would live on the fringes of society, but was living a life in creative freedom. Pissarro also deliberately included a satirical print of the then very much renowned artist Gustave Courbet. In doing so, he drew attention to the relation between Cézanne and Courbet, and himself actually, as authentic and original painters. Another artist type that is very much present in our In the Picture exhibition is that of the arrived society painter. Let me introduce you to Carolus Duran, who is portrayed here by his pupil John Singer Sargent. This very painting is my absolute favorite in the exhibition. I think this guy has so much swag and he was painted so well by Singer Sargent. You might not know him, but this man was really famous in his day. Anyone that mattered wanted to have their portrait painted by him. That he had made it was very clear to his contemporaries, and not only because of his fancy dress and smart beard. On the label of his jacket, we see the emblem of the French Legion of Honor, and this was the ultimate symbol of the arrived artist. People would recognize it right away. It's really fun to compare this painting to this one right here. We see the Swedish artist Niels Kruger, painted by another Swede, Richard Bergh, and both men were living in Paris at the time. And it's quite clear, even though the size and the composition are quite similar, that this man didn't really have the same status as Carolus Duran. He's a bit more the bohemian type. And I like to think that this white handkerchief that's coming out of his breast pocket, that actually has a red paint smudge on it, is an ironic reference to the Legion of Honor. And of course, we now know that most portraits were carefully conceived. So this was probably no coincidence. The next episode of our In the Picture video series will be all about the women artists in this exhibition. For them, it was perhaps even more important to stress out their identity as artists in their portraits, because being an artist as a woman was not really socially accepted at the time. If you can't wait and want to meet the many artists in this exhibition, please check out our In the Picture app. Check out the link in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channels. I hope to see you again next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!